Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick Sunkissed Morning candle from Bath & Body Works, part of the Spring 2025 collection. The notes on this read Golden Dewdrops, Bright Citrus, and Morning Light. And yeah, this one it's all right. It's here, so let me just review it. So yeah, the notes on this are like totally useless. Like, what do dewdrops and morning light smell like? So I'm just gonna tell you what I smell. So I think this is kind of like a peach or apricot mixed with a green dewy fragrance. Is the best way I can describe it. So you do still get a fruitiness from the peach and the apricot type of fragrance, and there's still a sweet juiciness to the fruit, but it's definitely cut a whole lot by like a green dewiness, and so that's the best way to describe this in the simplest terms. So breaking it down further, it's weird they call out only citrus as the fruit note because I get almost an undeniable like a stone fruit, so either a peach or an apricot, and I almost want to go apricot in the sense that it's a little less sweet than a peach and focuses a little bit more on this sort of like green quality to it. But in any case, you do get still like a peach or apricot first, at least in my opinion, and then to evoke that sort of like dewdrops dewy quality, I think there's heaps of like a green note in here, and the green note also kind of like ties in well with the skin or the fuzziness of the peach that makes it a little bit even more green. And I think the greenness is actually coming from, I get like detect a hint of almost like a cucumber or an aloe note, and that kind of makes sense because it leans into sort of the dewy route. But I also even get plenty of this slightly herbal, almost like a dirty green herbal note that leans more in the cilantro route. And so when you think of like peach and cilantro, it reminds you of the old school fragrance back from the Slatkin & Co days, or BBW. It was the mango cilantro fragrance that we had for a while, and then it was repackaged as peach cilantro twist, and I think is also available in hand soap forms as well. And while this is not that fragrance, I would say it's the closest thing to it because it's taking that sort of like peachy fruit fragrance and combining it with a pretty strong sort of green, almost herbal presence. And so I would say if you're somebody who enjoyed mango cilantro or peach cilantro twist, I think you might enjoy this fragrance because it's kind of like the closest thing that we've gotten to it in quite some time. But yeah, so think of stone fruit, peach, apricot, and then mix it with heaps of like a sort of a green dewy quality that's almost in the cucumber, aloe, and sort of cilantro route, and that is what I get from this. I would even equate it to, I don't think it's definitely not an exact repackage of it by any means, but it does kind of remind me of the afternoon rainfall fragrance that we got that one time. There's almost like a similar dewy seaweed watery, like, so think of like raindrops versus dewdrops. There's that almost like green seaweed dewy quality to both the afternoon rainfall and the Sunkissed Morning, where when I smell this I'm like, oh god, I've smelled that sort of plasticky seaweed smell before, and it just takes me so back to the afternoon rainfall fragrance. So think of afternoon rainfall, but inject heaps of a more pleasant and sweet apricot peach fruit note, and that's kind of what you get here. I mean, I guess it kind of like it ties in well with the color of the label and the packaging and the concept, but it's certainly nothing that I would ever need to revisit again. So that's pretty much it for the fragrance. Let me go into the performance. This is like a 5th or 6th burn at this point. Yeah, I've had this one for quite some time. And it's doing fine. It has the core wicks on it. I would say the first burn was kind of light, but then it has picked up every burn after that. That I would say I would even put it like into the 6 to 7, like very much in the medium to slightly above medium range. I had it in the open concept area during this filming, and I could smell it no problem when I walked into the room. So I would say 6 to 7, medium plus, so no issue smelling it. And if you're curious, there is like a quote on the back of this label. It's like in script ink or whatever, and it says today is the beginning. So yeah, overall, one and done. On one hand, I'm like, okay, these are kind of boring, but like at least they're providing us something that seems more green or botanical or more distinctly like spring like than just heading straight into escapist tropical. So like I really don't want to complain about that, but none of these fragrances are gonna, at least in my opinion, don't feel like they're gonna be like blockbuster hits, that like classics that we're gonna be talking about for a while. They're there, and it's like it's fresh and clean and sweet and pleasant enough, but like it's just pleasant and nothing more than that. Yeah, okay. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.